I take this opportunity to warmly welcome guest speaker Dr. Chandra Mohan Sir, Associate Professor K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram, Mr. Nirmal Singh Sir, Secretary, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, Session Chair Dr. Tejpal Dedwa Sir, Assistant Professor, Central University of Haryana, Professor Gopal Krishna Thakur Sir, National President, Social Development and Research Foundation, India, Dr. Satendra Gupta Sir, Chairperson, Delhi NCR Chapter, Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Professor Tanya Gupta Ma'am, President, Council for Teachers Professional Development, Conference Convener Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sir, Principal, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, Co-Convener Dr. Anita Singh Ma'am, HOD, Department of Education, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, faculties from various parts of India, research scholars, and my dear students. Once again, I welcome you all on second day of National Conference, sub-theme 2, Waste Management in Higher Education Institutions. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Aisha Malik of B.Ed second year to introduce our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Chandra Mohan Sir, Associate Professor, K.R. Mangalam University. Aisha.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good afternoon to all present here. I am Aisha Malik, student of B.Ed second year, Saraswati College of Professional Studies. Warmly welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Chandra Mohan Sir. He is Associate Professor of Chemistry in K.R. Mangalam University with over 15 years of teaching and research experience. He has obtained doctorate in chemistry from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi. He received MPhil in chemistry from University of Delhi and masters from Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati University, Ajmer. He has published more than 45 research papers in peer-reviewed journal, many book chapters, and 12 international national patents. He has also been invited as keynote speaker in international conference at Galgotia University, K.R. Mangalam University, and Mardin, Turkey. He has also invited as guest speaker in international conference in Germany 2021, World Nanotechnology Conference 2021, Catalysis Virtual 2020. He has also extended the privilege of being an organizing committee member in ICASE 2022, ASET 2021, Nano Malaysia 2019 international conferences. He serves as editorial board member of various international journals and also a member of various scientific societies like ACS, SACI, ECS, USA, CCS, ISCA, ICC, etc. He was the co-convener of the international conference AASEP 2017 organized at K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram in 2017. He has also been involved in social welfare activities as NSS coordinator and worked on several projects based on COVID-19 outbreak. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Chandra Mohan sir to continue the session. I welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you for such a nice and warm welcome, and Dr. Rosie for introducing me.
Thank you, Aisha. So you can continue the session, Dr. Chandra Mohan sir.
रोजी मैम शायद वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए एक बार बीच में, 1 मिनट आने दीजिए एक बार उनको।
Okay, sir.
Yes. इनको मैं host कर दूं. Chandramohan ji, you can on your
Yes, sir.
audio. Yes, you can start, sir.
Yes.
I have given you co-host permissions also.
Yes, sir. Just sharing my slides.
Yes, yes, no problem.
My screen is visible, sir?
Yes, the screen is visible. Yes.
Yes. So my topic of presentation today is waste management in higher education institution. So as we know all, there's today in today's world there's a lot of waste generation in higher education institutions, and in even in developing countries as well, whether it is US, whether it is India, Brazil, Canada, and most of the countries like China, which is also as a developing country. So lot of waste is generated these times. So we have to see about it. We have to make it concern that why this is generated. So waste management basically involve the process of waste collection, transportation, processing, and waste recycling and disposal. So it is directly related to the need of sustainable development. So we need to emphasize on this. So the program is also based on the institutional values and social responsibilities, which is organized by Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, in collaboration with Council for Teacher Education Foundation. So first, we need to understand that what is waste management, why there's a need to waste management. So this is the in today's world, this is the biggest challenge, and because it is directly related to certain valuables like gases, liquid, whether it is a solid, material. So we can see in the picture that a lot of the waste generated in the form of fuel gases when it burns in the automobile engines, and there's a lot of plastic waste is generated nowadays, which is also a big challenge in for all over all the countries apart from the world. So waste management in higher education institution will be introduced in the waste and its types. I will first go through it, compare the primary and latest waste disposable management techniques. I will compare the waste management between India and other countries, whether it is developed or developing countries, the new startup waste management systems and their policies, civic responsibility toward the waste management and awareness, and emerging future innovative ideas, which is related to waste management. So first, there's a we need to clarify that what is waste management and what is related to this. So basically, it is related to some glass material, whether it is a e-waste which is generated in large quantities in countries like Indonesia, China, and there's a the kind of type of metal waste. There can be a paper waste, plastics, and in present days there's a organic waste. A lot of organic waste is generated. So what is waste management? It involves the process of waste collection, transportation, processing, and it is related to sustainable development. And the sustainable waste management system include advancement in management strategies to minimize environmental challenges and project resources. So what we need to do in present is to protect our resources, which are our natural resources, like some metal resources, a kind of some bio resources, whether it is a plant resources, rocks, and minerals which are found in the earth, earthy rocks. So this is the waste management cycle, and this can be understood in a manner that what type of waste is generated. So they are basically some appointed substances that are discarded by human society. So we have to emphasize on two kind of waste. First is domestic waste, and second waste is generated from the industries. So domestic waste has various kind. It can be in a dry form, it can be in the wet form, It can be kind of hospital waste, which is generated from the hospitals, and it can be industrial waste from different industries like garment industries, textile, polymer industries, chemical industries. A lot of waste is generated in present days, and which is harmful and toxic for the human society. So these include urban waste as well, industrial waste, agriculture, biomedical waste, radioactive waste in the solid form. In the liquid waste, there is a frequent household waste in the form of chemicals, certain liquid fertilizers, certain kind of acids or bases, alkalis, and certain organic waste which include household waste like which can be recyclable also, and with certain hazardous waste which include some nucleotides or nuclear materials, some kind of radioactive materials which can be very hazardous for the human being, and they provide detrimental effect on the human being. So waste management life cycle basically take the entire life cycle into account, from the extraction of natural resources from where it is generated, and through the material, through processing, manufacturing, their distribution in the market, and their use. And finally, it will be reused if we have the technology to define and reuse this material, and we can remold that material in certain shapes to reuse for some household or industrial purposes. So recycling, energy recovery, and disposal of remaining waste is challenging field of research, which is our topic of interest. So everything you need to know about a waste management system, waste management introduction, and a waste disposable method, tools we can use to reduce the certain waste in the market which is generated, and whether it is e-waste, which is a lot of concern in these days, and some kind of solar waste also, which is available in certain forms, because in present days there's a culture in the market and all over the world that we are using solar, and we are we are improving our abilities to use some solar panels or solar electricity, some kind of solar e-vehicles as well, which are in culture in most of the major or metro cities in India as well. And recently, as we are aware that our train is also going to come into the market with which is based on the electricity, and how they conduct the effective waste audits, additional tools to help our business comply with environmental laws. So environmental laws should be certainly they should be very compact in the manner, and it should be uh, uh, it should be implemented in all the industries, and should be implied with full trust and full integrity to be implemented in all the industrial sector as well as in academic sectors. So a waste management system is the strategy an organization uses to dispose of, reduce, reuse, and prevent waste. So possible waste disposable methods are recycling, which is in a well-known method, compositing, incineration method, landfilling, bioremediation by using certain biomaterials like uh, fungi, bacteria, or waste to energy and waste minimization techniques. So as of waste management, it is the measure to utilize to manage waste and its entire life cycle, from waste to generation to disposable and to final recovery. So there are multiple waste management strategies and methods available in the market. These can be combined or rearranged to form a waste management system. So this is the modern waste management strategies are generally towards sustainable development, and this is based on the 17 SDG goals. And other alternatives for waste management is to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste. So waste audit is an assessment of an organization waste management system, and it analyzes the movement of waste from generation to disposal. So first we need to compare the traditional and new system of waste management. We can see in the diagram that there is a previously it comes from the reduce and reuse and recycling the composite and transforming waste to energy and final landfilling methods. So this is the traditional waste hierarchy which is used earlier days, and now it is replaced from the new waste management paradigm, and which start from the waste prevention at the source as well. So at the source, if we can be able to reduce the amount of waste generated, and we can prevent the generation of waste, certain waste like from the dye industries, especially from chemical industries, which are carcinogenic in nature and which are toxic in nature, which we can affect certain central nervous system of the human being, and it is also if they are acidic in nature, it will certainly affect the aquatic life as well. So product design and to change the producer responsibility, we can modify or we can prevent such kind of generation of waste. So further, when it is generated, it can be reused. This is the second alternative. Then it can be recycled, and then conversion in the form of compost and transformation from waste to energy, and further landfilling. So this change in this waste management system is important from the 5R waste management concept as well, and this is the reverse triangle method which is in culture nowadays. So, at a global platform, if we see that there's a Indonesia landfilling crisis, this country is struggling with a lot of waste generation, and Indonesia stand at the crossrail of a waste crisis and plastic problem. So, a lot of waste is generated in this country, especially if we see towards Indonesia. So, there's a large amount of waste is generated. So, how we can do it? We can refuse to say why don't we need to refuse the generation of waste, or we can we can reduce the amount of waste generated. We can reduce, we can reuse, and so we have to learn how to say no and mean it about the generation of waste. So as we are looking toward this country, especially, so it produces nearly about 20,000 tons of rubbish a day in a single day. But with an inadequate waste management system so far, a big challenge is looming. So, program Undercover Asia investigation. So, Jakarta is one of the site which was identified in the Indonesia country. This is the biggest contributor to plastic pollution in ocean region. So, a lot of waste is generated, especially in Jakarta. So there's a landfilling are running out of space. Even 60 to 70% of urban waste in this country is only remaining, which can occupy a limited amount of waste. So there's a similar scenario in other countries as well. Like if we see towards the these are the solutions. So if you see again toward the Oman country as well, there's a lot of plastic waste generated. So especially is the in the Gulf region, this is the largest electronic waste processing plant is slated, to control the amount of waste generated into operation in Salaha. So this is one of the place in Oman where there is a conversion of this electronic waste to reuse the material and to convert this material into some useful or again in the recycling methods. So certain methods are being involved. So but uh, even after so many methodologies, so many recycling methods are being used. So we have to think about it that we have to overcome from this growing plastic crisis. So this is also alarming situation in this country as well. So, what are the possible solutions UAE is taking? They plan to burn mountains of trashes. As we see in the picture, there is a lot of plastic waste, and Tanzania country collects over 1.2 million tons of waste in 2019 year. There's a opening of 43 Emirates Manjam in the neighborhood and residential areas in UAE. So, organic solid waste management is being controlled in UAE, and there's a UNDP solid waste management competition is being organized there to tackle with this situation. Similar situation in our country, India, is these are drowning in garbage. Large amount of waste we can see in at various sites near the industries, near the hospital areas, near the in our societies as well, near the and in the higher education institute as well. We can see that on everyday basis, day to day basis, there's a lot of waste is generated. Uh, we can identify that in certain institutions they use on daily basis they use some plastic glasses for for drinking purpose, for water drinking, for tea or coffee purpose, and these are certain paper soaps or soap papers, and certain plastic plates which are being used in canteens of certain places. And when there's a also there's a in the form of garbage waste or some kind of leaves or waste materials. So some certain institutions have this idea to convert this kind of biomass or bio waste, which can be easily converted into a useful material like fertilizers, और जैसे उसको खाद में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं कुछ इंसिनरेशन और इंक्यूबेशन करके. But in most of the institutions there is no idea that how to tackle with such kind of waste. So we have to think about it in our country as well. So the possible solution is waste segregation method. By this we can we can distribute the waste according to their nature and the life cycle. We can segregate them in separate portions, and we also see in the different various institutions there's a separate dustbins are put it in different colors, pink pink color, red color, or green colors. So on the basis of the kind of waste which is generated. And also there's a certain e-waste is also generated in a large quantity in certain organizations in the form of computers, some electronic tapes, or some kind of CDs, जो पहले CD वगैरह चला करती थी, pen drives also, this is a electronic waste. So and so many institutions in Delhi NCR also have itself their solar panels. So when there's a garbage comes from the solar panels and the blockage comes, so it is also add on into the electronic waste. So this is also making a generation of adding in a large amount of waste, e-waste, which is to be need to be tackled. So in India at present there is no need, no method which can be introduced to tackle with this, or to for the dumping of such kind of e-waste. So जितना भी waste हमारे इंडिया में basically अभी वो generate होता है, so we have to look towards other countries like China or some developed countries to tackle with this situation. तो basically जो हमारा electronic waste generate हो रहा है, whether it is a solar or e-waste, वो सारा का सारा वेस्ट हमारा दूसरी कंट्रीज में ही एक्सपोर्ट होता है. और सो दिस इज आल्सो नीड टू बी टैकल. और जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट है और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के दौरान जो प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट होती हैं, व्हिच आल्सो नीड टू बी कम इनटू माइंड. So engineered landfilling site to reduce waste make city free of garbage mountains. So we can also some government allot huge amount of better solid waste management systems. So certain government policies are there. So non-littering of road is included in waste management, and to launch official helpline for waste management issues. So certain NGOs are also working in similar field to tackle with waste. So in European countries as well, there's a plastic waste is generated. So we need to think about it that the waste is a problem or a resource, because in certain industries, a plastic resource is generated which can be reused in an efficient way, in a more convenient way to increase the amount of product generation, or to tackle with the amount of need of the demand and the product demand in the market. So about 54% of waste is discarded as such, and there is no method of recycling such kind of waste. So only a 33% waste is recovered, and with combustion there is a only 13% recovery of waste is generated, and it is converted into the certain form of energies. So the solution is new Chinese waste management rules, which is new. And by using this, we can certain 30% in uncollected waste, 1.5% is compositing. So actual and targeted rate of solid waste, industrial waste reuse in China is increasing year by year, and it goes to 79% up to year to 2035, 79 metric tons. So we need to think about it, whether it is not a a problem of the institutional areas. It is a universal problem, and in various countries like Dubai, we can consult in Dubai as well, and it is also telling in a garbage. Uh, we should say a country of largest amount of waste generation. So one report, certain report, that is Greentham report, which says that there is a reduce, reuse, and recycle before it's too late. So we have to think in a certain time, and certain agencies are also working in our country, like Central Pollution Control Board, which is a central body in our country to control these kind of activities, and to clear certain policies and to implement certain policies toward this kind of polluted waste. And on state level, there is also state pollution control boards which are working in certain areas to control the generation of waste and to manage this waste generated. So what things need to do? The simple thumb rules is waste management is to extract the maximum practical benefit from the product and generate minimum amount of waste. So, and they hit the solution to ensure maximum waste recovery through compositing, which is also which is one of the efficient method, and recycling the waste in certain even if plastic waste can be recycled very easily and reused whenever possible. So whether it is a metallic waste or plastic waste, which can be reused in certain places, and to manage solid waste in uh, certain possible ways. So globally, around 99% of plastic waste is recycled, while 22% is mismanaged. So 22% waste is cannot be recycled, and only 9% regeneration recycling of plastic waste is not sufficient when we put together all the countries. And after disposable recycling residue and collected data, our share of plastic waste management is very low. So plastic consumption has quadrupled over the past 30 years, and it drive by growth in emerging markets. So global plastic markets in increased from 2000 year to 2019, and it is around 460 million tons of plastic waste generated in almost 20 years of lapse. So plastic account for 3.54% of global greenhouse gas emissions as well. Because when we burn plastic in a certain ways, so a lot of carbon dioxide and harmful gases like sulfur dioxide or methane gas is generated, which goes into the atmosphere, and which have certain issues with the health of the human being. There is a certain respiratory issues, and that these are also cancer causing as well. So we need to tackle about it. So we need to think about it. So global plastic waste generation more than doubled from 2000 to 2019, and it is 353 million tons in certain years. So our new startup waste management system and their policies like climate change and pollution are the most pressing concern on our planet, which is faced with today. So increasing number of waste management startups are geared toward finding better clean technology. Cleaner solution or more innovative management techniques need to be used to stagger the amount of waste material which can be reused, recycled, and it can be repurposed to certain materials or to new materials which can be which can be used in various sites or various purposes. So one of the technology which is in culture is our biomass. Biomass is a cleaner fuel which can be used by the conversion of the carbon dioxide and water. So it can be used for million of years, and petroleum refinery and various chemicals and fuel and bio refinery as well. The biomass is generated, and it can be used as a clean fuel. So this is one of the alternate of using the waste, and the biomass source is generated like sewage waste is generated, municipal solid waste, and agricultural crop residue. Large amount of waste is generated from agricultural field because India is a country of agricultural land, and industrial residues are also generated in the form of because lot of unauthorized industries are also running in our country, and forestry and crop residue, and it also add with the animal residues. So a lot of biomass is also generated, but this biomass can be very easy to handle with, and it can be easily recycled or repurposed to another material. So these are the new startup waste management system and their policies like JAC technology, road runner recycling, lasso technique, electro bag. This is also a new technique. Some compology, prepaid agri cycles. These are the some kind of technologies which are need of the present time. So in Germany, there is a JAC technology, and this is the global leader of sustainable green movement. In year 2019, the only right way kick off the list with JAC technology. This is a GQ-based waste management startup, and it was established in year 2012 and founded by Abbas Khan. This is the startup that combine all the waste management with environmental sustainability in construction area. Another technology is lasso technology, and this technology deals with the problem in certain recycling items like a oily plastic container, lot of water, and somehow unmanaged and recyclable plants. So often lack of appropriate recycling technology. So this formally technology is London-based technology, and this is a startup which aims to change this and make all the product fully recyclable for waste recovery. So this comes into the market in 2018. Another method is electrobag, which deals with the metallic forms of waste. So this electrobag in Montreal in 2011 deals with the clean technology solution, and this is based on the uh, fighting the good fight for environmental sustainability through e-waste collection technology. So this is one of the largest startup for the collection of e-waste throughout the world, and there are 270 kind of e-waste recycling waste recovery smart bins are distributed in areas like malls, office buildings, universities, in certain places like Ontario and Quebec. So this is one of the smart solution for tackle with this e-waste. Roadrunner recycling. This is also a great technology, which is a New York based, and comes into in 2014 and seek to cut the carbon emission. So this work over the to reduce the amount of carbon emission, because carbon material or carbon dioxide or certain gases are also generated from automobile exhaust, and this is also a problem for the increasing the pollution in the atmosphere, and the increasing the carbon emission will increase the amount of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere, which ultimately increase the global warming, the amount of average temperature in the atmosphere, and ultimately it also reduces the amount of oxygen available in the atmosphere, and also very detrimental for the aquatic animals. So we can this startup provide the technology to tailor-made transportation solution for each company, so which can reduce the waste recovery and recycling collection practices. Another is reclaiming. So certain startup technology, Compology is a recycling technology limited is in the market. So this kind of technology solution, is needed for the present time. In India, also there is a certain, certain firms are working towards this, like Scrap Uncle is of the app, Digital Pani, Eco App, Curb Waste, one of the most important technique we are using, Urban Taxo IT, Wasteful Insights, Recycle. So these are the firms or certain organizations which are working in our country as well. So they were urging the waste management responsibility and awareness. So I got garbage, like Superwash app, waste collection app, collector apps we can use to collect the certain amount of waste from various sites. Nano Stopper app, Family Survey app, waste audit apps. So this kind of IoT-based technological solution can also be used to tackle with this situation, and to the collection of waste, and to transport such kind of large amount of waste to certain sites to make it recyclable and reusable is a is the situation which can be minimized, or which can be simplified by using such kind of technological solutions. So, as a human being, that also comes to mind that what is our responsibility? So, as a society, as a human being, we have certain responsibility, like development of environmental monitoring. So, we have to monitor the amount of waste generated, and how it is made detrimental to the environment, and building the capacity of this waste society in environmental decision making. And obviously, we have to support the green schools. So schools which are working, the buildings are also making the new buildings which are making for the universities and schools nowadays. These are also based on the green technology principles, and yeah, the this things also need to be taken in mind, that while preparing some kind of buildings for educational institutions. So we have to take in mind that the minimum of 40 to 50% of the area has to be covered from the greenery, or some green plants, and there's a certain the waste generated should be, uh, they can be tackled itself in the institution premises. So waste management in higher education institution can be diagnosis of the situation and definition of the action based diagnosis. So this is the continuous improvement cycle, and this has to be implemented in a best possible way, and assessment and feedback of the community, which is really important to take the feedback from the community about the why waste is generated and how it has to be taken by. So awareness is a most important parameter, because most of the societies, especially in rural areas, are not aware that how the waste is generated and the types of waste generated from the major cities or major areas. So urbanization and resource scarcity, population growth are the only few of the major factors which contribute to social and environmental issues. So in the 25th century, metropolitan region are adopting green efforts and sustainable solutions. According to our national education policy as well, we have to emphasize on sustainable development goals, 17 sustainable development goals. So all the policies and policy makers are also need to be understand the importance of SDG goals, and cities are also becoming smarter nowadays. We are using by utilizing the technology and innovation to enhance current system. So a key area that require immediate improvement is the management of waste. Currently, most garbage collection systems are outdated and conduct pickup that these are either necessary or unnecessary or late. So when we delay the collection of the garbage waste, this is also making the process something typical and make it difficult to tackle with, and the annual collection cost increased by 70% as a result of unnecessary pickups. So the timely pickup of the collection and to transport to the certain basic sites is also an important factor which need to be tackled. So these can be the emerging future innovative ideas in waste management global technology globally. The garbage truck bearing mechanism, and pneumatic waste pipes, e-waste centers we can establish to tackle with smart waste bins. We can use waste level sensors, sensor based technology. We can segregate certain kind of waste by making sense of such what kind of waste is this, like hospital waste, or it is a metal, or it is a some kind of paper waste, and AI recycling robots can be utilized for in near future uh, as to tackle with waste management on the global market. So this can be a future city, a future dream city, a future dream country, like San Francisco in California. This is a cleaner city, and they are using such kind of waste collection or waste segregation technology methods, which is advanced technology. And in South Korea as well, we can see that this is a cleaner city or cleaner country, because they are looking toward the future technologies or future sustainable development, and to how to tackle with such kind of waste. So इन countries में आप देखिए basically कि बहुत अच्छे से ये लोग tackle कर रहे हैं. So we also have to look for such solutions in our country as well by using some advanced technologies. In Netherlands also, the rivers are more cleaner by using such kind of wheel from the trash wheels, which collect, which used for the instant collection of the waste from the water bodies. Uh, so make it more cleaner, and the instant collection of the waste also reduces, also minimize the spreading of the certain disease among the society. In Australia as well, these are make way for big belly and smart belly bins for using an instant, disposable of the waste. In some countries like Germany is also tackle with the plastic waste more smartly, and making them useful for some other green products. And this can be the future. Put the plastic for recycling and get a reward. So this technology is being used in certain countries like Colombia. They are rewarding for their population for submitting some such kind of waste, plastic waste, to certain centers. So such kind of awareness or such kind of solutions are need for the today's time. So future of waste management is based on the smart cities and IoT. So Internet of Things is need to be come into channel to tackle with such kind of waste. This is my research group at K.R. Mangalam University. I'm working with my students. These are my PhD's team, and I also especially mentioned to my to the convener of this and coordinators of this conference from Saraswati College of Professional Studies, especially Dr. Sanjay Chaudhary ji for providing me this opportunity. Dr. Professor Tani Gupta Madam, Dean at K.R. Mangalam University, Council of Teacher Education and Foundation, Social Development and Research Foundation, Council for Teacher Professional Development, and all the organizing team members, Chief Patron and Advisor and President of this National Conference, and all the participants. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening about waste management in higher education institutions. You talked about waste management life cycle, very well explained the comparison of tradition and new systems of waste management. You gave the example of Indonesia, Oman, how they have overcome with these problems. You gave information about new Chinese waste management rules, biomass and biomass sources, new startup waste management system and their policy, civic responsibility and awareness. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Ms. Aisha Malik of B.Ed second year to introduce our session chair, Dr. Tejpal Dedwa sir, Assistant Professor, Central University of Haryana. Over to you, Aisha.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Namaskar.
A warm
Sir, namaste, sir. Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Rosie, ma'am, please continue, ma'am.
Aisha.
Good afternoon to everyone. A warm welcome to Dr. Tejpal Dedwa sir, Assistant Professor of Central University of Haryana. Dr. Tejpal Dedwa sir is a faculty in the School of Interdisciplinary and Applied Science at the Central University of Haryana, Mahendragarh. Dr. Dedwa sir has diverse industrial administration, teaching and research experience. He is the coordinator, Food Safety Training and Certification, FOSTAC, Center, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, FSSAI, University, Swam MOOC Coordinator. Dr. Dedwa sir is also serving as an assistant director at IQACCUH. He has developed a SWAM UGC PG MOOC on food microbiology and food safety in 2018 and continue as a course coordinator. His area of interdisciplinary research includes environment, microbiology, and food safety, and has published his research work in national and international journals of high impact. Dr. Dedwa also supervised master's thesis, dissertation, and doctoral thesis. He has completed the International Research Consultancy Project 2007-8, the University of Delhi Innovation Project 2013 to 15, and conducted international short-term courses on food safety, food security, and food regulations, a primer from September 16 to 20, 2018. Metabolomic in food and nutrition science research from concept to application from February 15 to 19, 2019. Food fortification and human health from concept to public health application from September 9 to 13, 2019 under the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, Scheme of Global Initiative of Academic Network. Moreover, Dr. Dedwa sir made research is founded by the Science and Engineering Research Board, SCRB, Department of Science and Technology, DST, Government of India, and DST, Haryana. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Tejpal Ridwa sir to continue the session. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you so much. Very nice introduction given by you. First of all, my sincere thanks to Professor Sanjay sir, who invited me and given this opportunity to chair this session to interact with the presenters. And Rosie ma'am, I'm also giving you thanks to you as well. So thank you very much. And now we can start the presentation from our presenters. So the first presentation is from Dr. Rita Patel, and the timeline is given to 5 to 7 minutes. So Dr. Rita, if you available, then we can start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon to all, one and all present in this virtual platform of National Conference on Institutional Values and Social Responsibility. Here, I would like to thank the Saraswati College of Professional Studies and Ghaziabad. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just please put on full slide mode. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, please continue.
Shall I
Yes.
continue?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay. So today's my topic is teacher trainees awareness regarding e-waste and its disposal. Hello. My first Dr. Kaushal Yadav, Madam, officiating principal presenter is, and I'm Dr. Rita Patel. We are from AG Teachers College, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. She's also here, but I'm presenting paper. Here we can see the dump of e-waste. Rapid advancement of technology and accelerate consumeristic approach of young generation is elevating the issues. India is the third largest producer of e-waste after China. So it is essential for young generation to undergo the awareness regarding e-waste and sensitize for these issues. As we all know that technology plays dominant role in our lives, post-pandemic use of technology, extreme consumeristic approach has come out with some shedding effects on the environment. Teacher Education Institute serves as a nodal agency for school education and higher education. Usage of electronic devices can't be reduced, but with the proper disposal management of e-waste, it can be reduce the some extent, and it will become helpful for the e-waste management. So for the present study, researcher have framed these two questions. What is the awareness of teacher training regarding e-waste? And second one is, what is the teacher's training understanding regarding e-waste disposal? First of all, we all have a concept clear of e-waste. What is e-waste? E-waste is any electrical or electronic equipments that been discarded. This includes working and broken items that are thrown in the garbage or donated to a charity. E-waste is electronic waste that are unwanted, not wanted, and nearing or at the end of their lifespan. Again, the second part is e-waste management. E-waste management is a process to collect e-waste, recover and recycle material by safe method, and dispose of e-waste by suitable suitable techniques. Sorry for interruption. Suitable techniques to reduce its adverse impact on the environment. Research methodology includes tools. In this research, questionnaire was created and hosted using Google Forms. There were total 17 questions in the questionnaire sample. For the present study, 75 teachers trainees of B.Ed program of AG Teachers College, Ahmedabad, Gujarat State were taken as a sample. Research area for present study was environmental science and educational psychology. Data collection. The questionnaire was created and hosted using Google Form, was distributed through WhatsApp group. Total 75 valid questionnaires were filled in. Analysis is used by using MS Excel. Descriptive statistics such as percentage and graphs were used to analyze the data from the survey. Here, researcher use two criteria for the data analysis for the teacher trainees awareness regarding e-waste and understanding regarding e-waste disposal, how they can dispose e-waste in a proper manner. So first, teacher trainees awareness regarding e-waste. In the questionnaire, item number 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 13, and 14, total 10 items questions is related to teacher trainees awareness regarding e-waste for data analysis and interpretation. Here I found simple pie chart. It is not possible for me to mention or show all the pie charts in this presentation. So you can show here sample pie charts here, and I will interpret this data for the first criteria, teacher trainees awareness regarding e-waste. 92% of the students attend seminar, webinars, and conference for e-waste management. 62.7% trainees had ideas about e-waste before attending Eco Club activity of institute. Majority means more than 90% of the prospective teachers are aware about full form of e-waste. E-waste examples: toxic substance of e-waste, causes of e-waste, dangerous and harmful effects of e-waste on human and environment. Now we move forward. Our second part is the teacher trainees understanding regarding e-waste disposal. Key concept using this means in this criteria, I have included 7 items, that is 4, 6, 7, 11, 15, 16, and 7 question number. As per the data analysis, 54.7% trainees were participated in e-waste collection drive, which is organized by AG Teachers College. 74% trainees agreed that recycling of e-waste is possible. 88% respondent had idea about 3R, that means reduce, recycle, and reuse. Highest amount of trainees understood the proper method of e-waste disposal and its adverse effect on people and environment. And the last questions include that is 67% of student teachers enthusiastically donated e-waste like mobile, TV, remote, charger, earphone, headphones, old computer accessories, cable, mouse, wire, video game, light bulb, CD, DVD, pen drive, speaker, etc. during e-waste collection drive. Outcome of this study, Institute will design and implement environment conservation policy. Second one, Eco Club activity will have a strategic planning for e-waste management program like webinar, seminar, field visit, etc. Third one, Institute will plan for an e-waste collection drive and encourage teacher trainees to donate e-waste. Co-curricular activities will have enhance of e-waste management awareness. MOU will be signed with e-waste recycling companies, and funds will be generated from the sale of e-waste. Institute will design outreach activity based on e-waste management to spread awareness in society. Use different media to create awareness regarding consumerism approaches. These all are the references for present study. In conclusion, I can say that a small step of institution is great dividends is the outcome of this research. Young generation are always ready to absorb new thoughts, but igniting minds is very much needed by institute. So it is a very new concept, and we should all keep mind and focus in this issues and how we can manage this issue. So study helps to do this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Rita, ma'am. Our next presenter is Dr. Shalini Sharma.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, you are
Dr.
audible.
शालिनी, डॉक्टर शालिनी अपना वीडियो और ऑन कीजिए आप.
Sir, actually my camera is not working, so it would not be possible for me to.
चलिए ठीक है आप स्टार्ट कीजिए. It's okay.
Okay, sir. First of all, good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to extend my heartiest thanks and obligations to the convener and coordinators of Saraswati College of Professional Studies for organizing 7-day conference, national conference on institutional values. So please allow me to open my to share my screen.
Wait a minute, Shalini. Yes, I have given you permission of co-host. You can do.
Thank you, sir. So is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So the theme I choose for my paper presentation is waste management in higher education institutions. So I work as an assistant professor in Harlal Institute of Management and Technology. That is a group, and Greater Noida. And being a teacher, I feel this is the important topic in present scenario. As we all know that in present scenario, waste management is a global problem and it's a complex activity. So here we are gathered to discuss on waste management in higher education institution.
Ma'am, we cannot see your screen. There is.
So is my screen is not visible to you?
Sir, it's visible to me. Sanjay, sir.
सर ये विजिबल तो है, स्क्रीन तो विजिबल है. फर्स्ट स्लाइड नजर आ रही है.
सर अभी मैंने आगे बढ़ाया नहीं है. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग द इंट्रोडक्शन.
विजिबल सर आपको फर्स्ट स्क्रीन नजर आ रही है, कुछ भी नजर नहीं.
So shall I continue?
एक मिनट रुक जाओ बेटा, एक मिनट रुकिए जरा. मुझे लगता है सर के कुछ नेटवर्क में प्रॉब्लम थी. एक मिनट होल्ड कीजिएगा शालिनी.
हाँ जी.
सर को रिजॉइन करने दीजिए, क्योंकि अगर उनको नहीं नजर आ रही थी इसका मतलब वहां पर टेक्निकल इशू था. जी सर, रिकनेक्ट हो जाइए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। ठीक ठीक, जी जी जी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं सर। थर्ड कैंडिडेट कौन है रोजी मैम, जिससे उनको भी मैं को होस्ट बना दूं अभी से?
डिम्पल जैन।
डिम्पल जैन अपना वीडियो ऑन करेंगे, क्योंकि डिम्पल जुनेजा करके कनेक्टेड है, डिम्पल जैन नहीं है इसमें। डिम्पल, ओके, डिम्पल जैन, ठीक ठीक ठीक। मैं आपको को होस्ट बना देता हूँ, जिससे कि नेक्स्ट उसमें फिर आप रहेंगे। ओके, इसके बाद रोजी मैम
नीतू राज।
नीतू राज भी वीडियो ऑन कीजिए अपना, जिससे कि कैमरा ऑन कर लीजिए। नीतू राज, नीतू राज तो मैम नहीं है कोई भी।
ओके, उसके बाद है सर पी अजय।
पी अजय, या तो कैमरा ऑन करें अपना, अदरवाइज यस अजय पी। ठीक है, ये 3 लोग हैं सीक्वेंशियल। और जो हमारे यस सर कनेक्ट तो हो गए। यस,
Am I audible, sir?
हेलो,
Am I audible, Ajay?
यस
Sir,
अजय
am I audible?
जी, आप ऑडिबल हैं।
Am I audible, sir?
यस यस ऑडिबल हैं। अभी अभी आप म्यूट रखिएगा प्लीज, कीप योरसेल्फ म्यूट।
Okay, sir.
ओके, यू आर ऑडिबल। जस्ट फाइंडिंग द चेयरपर्सन। आई थिंक देयर इज सम connectivity. शालिनी शर्मा,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बी कंटिन्यू। सर बीच में कनेक्ट हो जाएंगे, आप तब तक मैं करूंगा इसको चेंज,
Okay, sir. Fine.
जिससे टाइम वेस्ट ना हो, टाइम बचे हमारा। चलिए
Okay, fine.
start।
Okay, okay. So in present scenario, waste management is a global problem and is a complex activity. And here we are gathered to discuss about the waste management in higher education institutions. In higher education institution, it is a multi-dimensional problem because some of the waste generated from higher education institutions are solid, some of them are liquid, and some of them are e-waste. Disposal of these waste is a major concern in higher education, as it may become the breeding grounds for disease-causing vectors, and it also contaminates the soil. So let me start with the first slide.
शालिनी, टाइम कम बचेगा आपके पास, टू द पॉइंट मेन थीम पर आकर बात कीजिए आप।
Okay, sir. So I have used some keywords. The first is the waste. So what is waste? Waste is undesirable and unutilized material which is abundant for any further use. And when these unused waste are left uncared, it starts decomposing, which led to the growth of pathogens. The second keyword I used is waste management. Now, the waste management system is the strategy an organization uses to dispose, reduce, refuse, reuse, and prevent waste. Fossil waste disposal methods are recycling, compositing, de-incineration, landfills, bioremediation, waste to energy, and waste minimization. The third keyword I use is higher education institutions. So what are higher education institutions? Higher education institutions include not only universities and colleges, but also various professional schools that provide preparations in fields such as law, theology, medicines, business, music, and art. Higher education also include teacher training schools, junior colleges, and institutes of technology. Now, as I told earlier, that there are various types of waste generated from higher education institutions. So these waste are generally different from the household waste. So some of the waste which are biodegradable and other are the non-biodegradable. Biodegradable waste that can be degraded by microorganisms into simple stable compounds. However, the non-biodegradable waste are the waste that cannot be decomposed by microorganisms and they remain on Earth for thousands of years without degradation. These are the types of waste which are generated from higher education institutions. Some of them are dry waste, some are wet waste, some are hazardous, and other are including waste. The dry waste includes the plastic water cans, waste paper, plastic carry bags, cardboards, aluminium foils, used perfume bottles. However, the wet waste which are generated are vegetable and fruit peels, yard trimmings, vegetables, rotten fruits, coffee grounds, eggshells, used leaf teas, expired food items. Hazardous waste which can be used, which are generated are pesticides, insecticides, fuse bulbs, cosmetics, napkins, chemicals, and expired medicines. Electronic waste, batteries, printers, laptops, mouse, keyboard, monitor, electron scrap. So, as I suggested, some of the sources of waste in institution include classroom and workstations. They generate paper waste, pencil shaving, pen used refills, chalk dust, furniture. Canteen and dining areas in mess generate food waste that is cooked or leftover. Hostel generates waste like unused plastic buckets, ropes, dustbin, clothes, carry bags, as well as paper napkins. Lab generates batteries, electronic scrap parts, monitor, mouse, keyboards, printer, wires. So the objectives which I decided for this research is to study the waste management and disposal practice of waste generated in higher education institutions, and to identify the various innovation techniques explored for waste management in higher education institution. For the study, the method which I used is review-based as well as descriptive about the waste management practices in Greater Noida institutions only. So what are the problems in waste management? The key problems are waste segregation, then clogging of drugs due to the waste, vector breeding, then the disposal of e-waste. These are the challenges in waste disposal. First is lack of infrastructure. Most of the institutions in the city are not so well constructed. So there is so due to the lack of infrastructures, the waste disposal is a big problem. Then lack of human resources. Some of the institutions have lack of money. They have money-related problems. They have lack of sources. Therefore, due to the lack of human resources, they are not able to do waste management. Insufficient budget, which is an important problem which is an important challenge in waste disposal. The limitations of technology, lack of participation in waste segregation at source due to low awareness. Most of the people, most of the students, most of the faculty members, they lack in awareness about how to manage the waste in an institution, even though they don't know how to manage the waste in their own house. So this is an important challenge. Then the institution policy for waste management system. I think we must have a management plan, a solid plan for in every institutions to prevent the problem of waste disposal. Then these are some of the waste management methods. In some of the institutions, the management is going through. I mean, in most of the institutions, they are employing ancient ways of waste management, including local authorities for disposal of waste. However, in some of the reputed and well-structured institutions, they are showing interest in adopting the latest techniques and innovation ideas for waste management. So these are some of the methods of waste management which the institutions are employing. First is the 5R, that is refuse, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycling. Then the second method is recovering energy from waste material. Now we are opting waste to energy. Like it is the conversion of non-recyclable waste into heat, electricity, or fuel using renewable energy sources. Then is the biological reprocessing. Anaerobic digestion is the biological reprocessing of animal manure and human excreta into methane-rich biogas, which most of the institutions and highly reputed institutions are using. Then sanitary landfill. It is a modern engineering landfill where waste is allowed to decompose only biologically and chemically inert materials. Incineration. Incineration refers to the process of converting a substance to ash by burning it at a very high temperature. Though it is very expensive, but some of the reputed institutions are using this technique also. Sewage treatment. It is used to remove contaminants from sewage water. Bioremediation. Bioremediation is a cleanup technology that is rapidly evolving. It is a process of treatment of contaminants, which is basically toxic contaminants we usually get from the laboratories that are in the higher education institutions. Then the compost. It is the natural process of decomposition and recycling of organic material into a humus-rich soil. I'm really happy to say this, that our institute is using machines which may convert the green waste into green manure. Then the vermicompositing. It is an eco-friendly technique of converting organic waste to dark, nutrient-rich soil. Pyrolysis. It is a common technique used to convert plastic waste into energy in the form of solid, liquid, and gaseous fuel by thermal degradation. Plasma gasification. It is a new technique of waste management that uses a combination of electricity and high temperature to convert municipal waste into usable byproducts without combustion. So these are some of the suggestions to reduce waste in higher education institutions. Practice 5R, that is reduce, reuse, refuse, recycle, and repurpose. We should always refill our water bottles made up of glass or biodegradable plastic instead of using plastics. Then save paper. We must go digital instead of using papers, because papers are made from plants, and which we think we should go digitally. Then recycle batteries. It is our concern that we must use energy. Reduce food waste in mess and canteen. Use good quality disposable made up of papers. Eliminate single-use plastic. Biodegradable substances should be composed and used in campus garden as a humus. Then donated unused furniture wherever it is required. So on the basis of my paper, what I concluded is that the waste generation in the institution is different from household waste, and hence it is mandatory that the young adults studying in the institutions, who are the future policy makers, must develop the attitude towards the appropriate waste management. Waste minimization is one of the major drive of waste management. The student must participate wholeheartedly in various activities along with the staff and stakeholders in proper disposal of waste. We all know that the institutions are established to offer formal education and are builders of future leaders, engineers, doctors, and teachers. But unfortunately, the authorities are unable to handle their waste in the campus. So it is our concern that we must cooperate for the sustainability of the green and clean campus. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is Dimple Jain.
तेजपाल सर, आप अपना ना माइक म्यूट रखिएगा, क्योंकि आपने दो सिस्टम ऑन कर रखे हैं तो वो साउंड करेंगे फिर. यस, नेक्स्ट डिम्पल जैन.
Good afternoon to all. And first, I want to thank Saraswati College of Professional Studies. You have given me an opportunity to express my views on the waste management in higher education system. I want to share with you my PPTs. Screen is visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am, visible. You can start.
Waste management in higher education institute. The need for sustainable development has compelled emerging nations to carefully examine their waste management practice, particularly those of their education institutions. Formal institutions determine minimum service standard and requirements for disposable by corporate and individual citizens. This in turn determine the cost of service delivery. एक second, sir.
Any problem, Dimple Jain? नेक्स्ट स्पीकर ले लें, डिम्पल जैन अभी मुझे नहीं नजर आ रही साइड में.
आई थिंक मैम डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई है. नेक्स्ट स्पीकर है
लास्ट पे ले लीजिए. P. Ajay.
यस सर.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible?
P. Ajay, yes, audible. Can you open your camera?
One second, sir, let me.
Yes, that's fine.
Slide is on. Slide, you can. Shall I start? Hello. Sir, shall I start presenting?
Yes. Tejpal sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon, gentlemen, ladies gathered here. This is Ajay. I'm an assistant professor from Erode Engineering College, which is basically in Tamil Nadu. So, we are all seeing about circular and green economy from institutional solid waste, how to manage solid waste from institution. My project is not only about like managing it, but how to get profit out of it. To get profit out of waste material, it is my project, because I was working in Manipal University, Jaipur, Rajasthan for past 1.5 years in this field, especially in solid waste management. And I was present, I was doing all the project which I'm going to show you now. Sludge is nothing but the semi-solid study. All these things we have seen in the previous presentation. So it is, my point of view, it is not that much necessary, because we know what is sludge and what is solid waste. And okay, institutional solid sludge or institutional sludge, we need to see what is meant by that first of all, because since this is our problem, we need to see first of all what is this. So every solid waste from the institution, like food waste and human wastes and e-wastes, etc. Everything, all these wastes or become like from like institution. A threat, not a threat like solid waste from industry, but it is a minor threat for the institution, or like institution should spend on these kind of waste. And on average, most of the total solid wastes from food, toilet, paper, plastic, everything will be like from, in terms of a university, it is like from 750 to 1,000 kilograms every day. So a large portion of it is contributed by food waste, because lots of food, we are wasting lots of food, that is obvious, and paper waste, using paper essentials, and plastic, like you can say about pen, pencil, not pen, kind of things we are using, plastic like carry bags, and all these are the major solid wastes you can find in any of the institutions. And a study in University of Jordan estimates that during the regular summer session, almost 8.1 ton of solid waste every day. Every day we are giving or like they are producing 8.1 ton solid waste, or in other words 8,001 tons. And out of all this, 87% of the solid waste can be recycled. They can be reused or they can be converted into useful product, which is what I'm going to. Why not sludge? Because sludge, we know that sludge will be consisting of lots of pathogenic organisms. And the study which we have done, I have done, based on sludge, it will be having 10 to the power of 5 units. Every gram of sludge will be having this much microorganism colonies. It's high risk to manage lead, or if you can keep it in, dump it in the fish, there's a high possibility of converting it into. But talking about foam based also these kind of things will also be like a problem. And the current management techniques, they are stockpiling it, they are just putting it into a bag and they are storing it. And incineration, they are just burning it and they are just filling it in a land. All these things are not a primary or a permanent solution. They are temporary solution. Now, these are the part which is already present. Now we are going to discuss about the solution. These are the problems. Now we are going to see about the solution. Biochar. If a sludge is converted into biochar, it is way better because a sludge cannot be, but the biochar can be like used in lots of things like soil fertility. You can use it for soil application. You can use it for manure. You can use it like just get absorption of pollution and everything. So all these things you can use biochar. Now we are going to convert the sludge into biochar. All the institutions always into biochar. We are going to see that how we are going to do that. This is the process. First, we need to. This is a primary treatment. We need to do like homogenation and grit removal. We need to remove lots of like unwanted solid waste, and we need to dewater it and filtrate wastewater and wastewater treatment. We need to remove the water, and we can send that water to wastewater treatment. Sludge. We are first drying it and disinfection it, and thermal cracking. This is a project. We are going to discuss later in the slide, and in project usage, this is nothing but the R. Now, hope the video is playing. This is dewatering sludge. I was working for the company. I was working for this company when I was doing research in Rajasthan, and it is a machine which is converting solid waste into we are just adding agglomeration agent into it, and we are just separating the product. This is agglomerated solids. We are just pumping the wastewater through the equipment, and the equipment is doing dewatering. See, this is the screw press. Here, water is drying out. We are just pressing the solid, and water is drying out. And you can collect all the sludge like this. See, the sludge is coming out. Sludge is coming out. You can collect the sludge like this. This dewatered sludge. Okay. So this is the screw press that we are using. Like you are pausing, and moving rings will be there. You are just dewatering it, and you are getting the sludge. Right. Now, how to convert the sludge, dewatered sludge into biochar? Because we have seen managing biochar is very easy. You can use it for lots of purposes. Right? You are just heating it, or you are just pyrolysing it. Last presentation also we have seen about pyrolysis. When you are pyrolysing sludge, it will be converted into 3 products. One is biochar, and vapors will be condensing into oil, and non-condensable gas into fuel. All these things have the capability to be used as a fuel, used into fuel. So I have been like working in the production of, or the manufacturing or the designing of this reactor, which could convert sludge into biochar. This is the reactor. These are the 2 reactors in which, and rotary kiln and auger reactor. Here we are putting sludge, and we are getting biochar like this. This is our product, one of our products which we got developed from fecal sludge, nothing but toilet wastes from an institution. So this is the product. You can use it for burning purposes, and this is oil and treated water. You can just remove the water. There we are removing the water, we are just treating it. So all these things you can guaranteely get from the solid waste management. If you are managing the solid, especially from institution, you can get profit out of it. That is what I'm suggesting. Application of thermal cracking, you can use it for methanol production. You can use it as activated carbon or charcoal or building material construction. Many applications are there, and advantages. It is the technology is very simple and it is inexpensive. And water pollution, land pollution, it can be reduced because you are not dumping any sludge in open area. You are just converting it into valuable products. You are using it. All these things, since the time limit is there, I'm not going through all these things, but all these are advantages of. And thank you for listening. Go green.
रोजी मैम, इससे पहले जो प्रेजेंटर थे उनको देख लीजिए, अदरवाइज फिर हम
Dimple Jain, ma'am.
What was the name?
Dimple Jain.
डिम्पल तो नहीं है, जरा बोलिए उन्हें वीडियो ऑन करें तो अपना करना।
डिम्पल मैम, काइंडली आप अपना वीडियो ऑन कर लीजिए इफ यू आर प्रेजेंट हियर।
So she is not available, so you can call her for the conclusion remarks.
Thank you so much, all the presenters. Now I would like to call Dr. Tejpal Dedwa sir to conclude the session. Over to you, sir.
तेजपाल सर, आपकी वॉइस हमारी तरफ से सर ऑन है, एक बार ऑफ कर ऑन कर लीजिए। और वैसे भी आप ना 2 सिस्टम से कनेक्टेड है, तो सेकंड सिस्टम को एक बार ट्राई करके देखिए, जो सेकंड सिस्टम का ऑडियो है। वेट ए मिनट सर, यस, सेकंड सिस्टम में मैं आपको को होस्ट बना रहा हूं, अब आप जरा देखिए। दोनों सिस्टम में को होस्ट है, अब आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं।
अभी आ रही है संजय सर आवाज? हेलो,
यस, अब आवाज आ रही है सर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। अभी ठीक है सर?
यस सर।
Okay, thank you sir. So first of all, thank you Rosie ma'am for managing this session, and I will start with the points raised by Dr. Rita Patel. So madam focused on the teachers training related to e-waste, and the key focus was on awareness and teacher education on different aspects of e-waste. And she concluded that 67% of students and teachers contributed in e-waste. So I think that is a good motivation, and that is a good point to be noted. And she also discussed the e-waste definitions, need of awareness, and disposal methods. And she also mentioned that these kind of the information could be beneficial for in future policy preparation point of view also. And she also focused on initiation of e-waste collection drive. So I think that is most importantly required at this time, because there is a need of some collective efforts. So I think this can be a right direction to start e-waste collection drive at higher academic institutions. And she concluded and ended the lecture with the fund generation and discussed some challenges also. So this is the all about the lecture from the Rita Patel ma'am. So Rita ma'am, thank you so much for your nice lecture, and we are definitely benefited. Our learners are definitely benefited. We all are benefited from your lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. The next talk from Dr. Shalini Sharma, ma'am. She discussed various sources of waste management, and she elaborately discussed institutional challenges, especially infrastructural challenges related to management of waste. And she also discussed several methods to manage the waste, and she has given very nice suggestion to reduce the institution reduced e-waste in the reduced waste in the higher educational institute by involving the local authorities. I think involvement of local authorities is much more needed in these days, because they knowing the guidelines and they having some funds also with them. So that could be a great addition in this section. And last, he concluded with the WMP and management practices also required. So Shalini ma'am, thank you very much for informative lecture. We are thankful to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And our last presenter was Mr. Ajay P. He discussed a very important point, and he showed us the process to manage, how we can manage the institutional sludge. And he shown us the process through which we can see, and he discussed the production methods also, and showed the multiplate screw press technique in which thermal cracking technique is used. And I think that is most important in nowadays, and we have to implement some in-place technologies at our institution level, so that we can manage all the at least solid waste or liquid waste in-house management. And he also mentioned the end product uses, that is much more important nowadays. And he also highlighted applications related to thermal technology. So that information is very much beneficial for the students or the persons or new entrepreneurs who want to get in this area. So they can learn these initial things through which we can plan or develop some strategies to manage the institutional waste using in-house techniques for better management. And I think this is very wonderful video to see. Means that the process we can see, through which we can learn so many things. So Mr. Ajay P, thank you so much for to compile everything and giving a very crisp presentation to us. Thank you very much. And we have 3 lectures, so total we have 3 lectures. And in addition, these interesting lecture, that one more thing I can conclude or include here, that we need to work on certain food waste waste that is also generated in our institutes from the hostels or canteens. So we can have a plan to collect these food waste and dispose these food waste, because these food waste are very important in terms to public health point of view. Public health means in health related to our stakeholders or teachers or who is working in the institution. So because food waste having the food component and some microorganism from different sources can get inside in that particular food, and that food become contaminated, and contamination after a few hours, the microorganism will start multiplying in the food if we are not managing these food properly, and later on different vectors can spread these infectious agents to our residents also nearby, or even institutional inside also. So we have to see, or we have to develop some innovative process through which we can manage the food waste, because they are a very important component in terms of the safety of the public or students or teachers as well. So that only thing I wanted to include here. So thank you very much. And Sanjay sir, it's a great interaction with you, Rosie ma'am, and all the speakers and learners from different institutions. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Rosie ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your precious time. On behalf of Saraswati College of Professional Studies, I express my heartfelt thanks to the guest speaker, Dr. Chandra Mohan sir, session chair Tejpal Dedwa sir, all the presenter except our sincere appreciation for the outstanding presentation you made today. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for showing their interest in National Conference. Thank you so much, everyone. Kindly fill the feedback form before leaving.
Thank you, Tejpal sir.
Thank
for
you, sir.
coming online and for sharing valuable knowledge. आपका थोड़ा सा एरिया टच भी करता है इसमें. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Everyone. Thank you.